You spent $2,000 on a flagship PC to get a flawless experience. Instead, you get random audio crackles, delayed inputs, and a system that seizes up for a split second during a heavy workload. We are going to eliminate the hidden bottlenecks causing this. Today, we will clean up parasitic background processes and reconfigure Windows' advanced power settings to stop your operating system from throttling your hardware. To complete this process, you need a Windows PC, administrative privileges, and about 5 minutes of focus. A top-tier graphics card can only render frames as fast as the operating system feeds it data. If Windows is actively restricting your components at the software level, throwing more money at hardware will not solve the stutter. This graph shows a solid-state drive filling up. Once capacity hits 90%, the drive struggles to find free cells to move data around. To maintain baseline performance, you must keep at least 10 to 20% of your primary gaming drive completely empty. When you load into a new area in a game, your system rapidly compiles small files called shaders to render the lighting and visual effects. If you force them into that tiny remaining buffer, the entire system pauses to process them, causing a severe microstutter on screen. Next, check your peripheral polling rates. Older Office keyboards and mice report their position to the computer 120 times per second. Modern gaming mice report at least 1,000 times per second. That difference dictates your input latency. Direct, warning tone. Do not assume a flagship GPU like an RTX 5080 can compensate for a choked storage drive or a low-tier processor. Raw component power is completely negated if the pipeline moving data from your drive or your mouse to the processor is congested. Open your Windows Task Manager and click the Startup tab. Look specifically for manufacturer bloatware and RGB control software that load as soon as you boot. These utilities constantly pull the system to synchronize lighting and monitor temperatures. Every time they check in, they steal vital CPU cycles away from your game. Right-click and disable any of these non-essential manufacturer applications. When background apps continuously run, they raise your baseline CPU utilization. Without aggressive fan curves to clear the heat, the processor hits its thermal limit and reduces its own clock speed to protect itself. This background bloatware acts as a parasitic drain. It forces the processor to throttle its speed exactly when you need performance the most. Now, type "Choose a Power Plan" in your Windows search bar and activate the Balanced profile. Many guides tell you to force the hidden Ultimate Performance mode. Do not do this. It generates excess thermal load by keeping your components throttled up during idle tasks, but yields absolutely no measurable benefit in gaming. Click Change Advanced Power Settings. Find the Hard Disk section and set the Turn Off Hard Disk After parameter to 0, which means never. This diagram illustrates what happens with your USB settings. If the USB Selective Suspend feature is on, the port drops into a sleep state, creating a wide gap in response time when it has to wake up to register your mouse click. In that same advanced menu, disable this feature entirely. By preventing your peripheral devices and storage drives from entering power-saving sleep states, you eradicate the micro-delays that interrupt split-second gaming inputs. Windows deliberately hides advanced CPU core parking settings from the standard user interface. To fix this, download and run a lightweight tool called Power Settings Explorer. Uncheck the Hidden boxes to expose these specific processor registries to your system. Guide yourself back to the Windows Advanced Power Settings menu and open the newly visible Processor Power Management section. Change both the minimum processor state and maximum processor state values to exactly 100%. Next, locate the Processor Performance Increase Threshold and Decrease Threshold. Set them both to 100%. Finally, configure both the minimum cores and maximum cores for core parking to 100%. Forcing all CPU cores to remain active and locked at their maximum frequency thresholds eliminates processing stutter. Your system no longer has to pause to dynamically calculate power states and wake up sleeping cores during gameplay. Restart your PC right now to lock the new registry and power settings into the operating system. When you launch a heavy title, you'll observe immediate results: stabilized 1% low frame rates, eradicated input lag, and the total absence of mid-fight stutters. If this protocol smoothed out your frame times, like and subscribe. Drop a comment below telling us which specific optimization step made the biggest impact on your system. True high-end PC performance requires premium physical hardware, but to actually utilize it, you need a completely unobstructed, highly tuned software environment.